the future fate holds for the civilized host of the Grim Goblin if it wasn't just overrun with goblins and sad trolls. Anyways, my burden to bear.
We all have our burdens.
Indeed. Good luck with your fight. I always appreciate when chains are involved.
Commissioner.
Zed? He likes Zed's kind of professionalism and no nonsense, and Zed locks eyes immediately with Barak Tarn. Barak Tarn kind of flinches a little bit, and Zed flinches, and they're Sam grinning stupidly and pushing Arlen's chair. Kind of pushes him off to the side, like, are we gonna have a problem here?
Zed?
The hallway's really narrow, like you're at a kind of like a it's awkward.
Pleasure to see you again.
Arlen.
Good luck with the bare knuckle fight.
Yes, Ajax is back in the arena again.
Wait a minute, is this? Yes, I'm glad to hear. I still need to speak with him. But, well, I know how you feel about the situation.
I look forward to my fight with Fleas. I hope that he fights with honor, says Barak Tarn.
Fleas is an honorable fighter.
We shall see.
I suppose we shall. Zed'll walk on.
Yep, kind of awkward, as you guys.
Better get any.
Hey, Zed! Bye, Zed! He can turn into an elephant.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
We also know a druid, says Barak Tarn. Not impressed with Zed.
But he doesn't shit everywhere.
That's what
Barak Tarn considers that. Kythan was actually leaving his office. He sees all of you are in here. You're not on my schedule.
I apologize for that. I received your call and figured it was in haste that I must arrive here as soon as possible.
That happened quick. I suppose I can forego my exercises today to see you, he says. He turns around and opens his door, leaves it open, and he goes and sits down behind his desk. His desk doesn't have any finery. It is super Spartan. There are like weird curtains of chains all along one wall. Like rows and rows of chains going one way, and then another layer of them kind of dangling down from the ceiling, and they're all kind of woven in together. You didn't think there was anything on that wall before. There used to be a little desk area and like where Commissioner the previous commissioner kept some alcohol. The same desk is here. The chair is different. The chair has no back. It's like a stool almost. There's no tip jar. There's actually no paperwork on the table. There is some furniture off to the left-hand side, and there are like sheets or kind of like little not really tapestries, but small embroidered blankets that are covering whatever is on that table. There's like a few objects there. You can't really tell what they are. You don't see the rose. Interesting that you can... He actually waves to shut the door.
Sam will shut the door and sort of stand back.
Interesting that you can appear in Vaddapol almost like you're a teleporter.
Well, a traveling nudist does need to have business, and does need to deal with things quickly.
Yes.
I'm fortunate to be able to do this.
Also, a traveling ludus travels.
Indeed.
Your ludus has spent a considerable amount of time at Fallenstone, yet has not registered any fights there.
You are correct.
And now they have gone to Citadel by the Lake.
Sorry, he said Terraslene is little by the lake.
No, our the camp moved.
Oh, yes.
And yet I've received no reports of any registered fights.
Yes.
This leads me
that's,
to wonder, with a slave acting as Lannister, if your ludus is at all legitimate.
Well, thank you for actually paying this much attention to our ludus. So the effort that we had gone through in the last endeavor for the Duke has set us back as we lost some resources and the gladiator. We have recovered a new gladiator in his place, trained him, and we have entered him as a heroic level gladiator. And we are on the cusp of registering all my gladiators for fights right before we travel to the next city. Whatever, I don't remember what the next city is going to be. It should only take us a week or so to get to, and then register for the next fights.
Give me a bluff.
I'm not bluffing at all, actually. We just registered. We lost people. We lost stuff. We registered Blavang. I am about to register fights before I got his message, and we're gonna go and get another set of fights in another town. It's nothing that I said that requires a bluff.
Are you hiding? Are you hiding the real reason?
We were selling shit.
Yeah, you're like adventuring.
No, I said it for the Duke. The last endeavor for the Duke. Caught that, so I haven't. Or I can if you want, but I don't think.
That's fine. That's fine. So you were here to register fights.
I was registering. So Barakton is fighting, as you're well aware, in your tournament, and actually.
Yes, and that is one of your 5 gladiators.
Correct. The other 4, Vlaveng is the new gladiator that we've registered as heroic tier.
Yes, I received the paperwork yesterday.
Excellent.
That means there's some magical communication between Citadel by the Lake and the Commissioner.
And for next week, we will be setting up fights. If I'm able to do them here for fights in Citadel by the Lake, that would be favorable.
Citadel by the Lake is not in the Duchy of Vade.
So the fights that we had.
You are registered to the Duchy of Vade and the Civic Arena inside this territory. I am not the Commissioner of the Protectorate of Citadel by the Lake. I am the Commissioner of the Duchy of Vade. So you are requesting that a registered gladiatorial school in this territory have fights outside the territory that count against the same rules. How am I supposed to administer over such things and verify the accuracy and validity of these fights?
Well, I assumed that the other territories are running with the same rules.
They can be.
I assume there's no problem with them running with the same rules. If that.
This would require me to liaise with all of the other commissioners that are out there. Clearly he has some sort of connection to Citadel by the Lake, but this guy's a fucking hard ass. Your last commissioner is like, yeah, whatever, fight, sure. Keep on tipping the jar.
Ding! So, yeah. So, Commissioner, any fights that we have you're saying any fights we have outside of Vaddapol will not count towards our ludus, our gladiators.
Not unless arrangements are made.
How can I facilitate these arrangements?
Do you personally know any of the other commissioners?
I believe I do know the commissioner of Terraslene. I had a chat with him when Ugg and
No, that was the main commissioner of the entire fights on Avicea and Tarak. He was visiting Terraslene for some reason. So you've met him. He's also the commissioner of de facto of Vinvasa.
What was his name?
Good question. Let me just go to where would I have to go?
I don't want to name drop. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to name drop because he's gonna call my bluff.
So you have met. No, that guy would totally outrank your commissioner, and it's probably his boss.
Okay.
And Vinvasa, his name is. Oh, he's not on here. Shit.
Let's just go over to that map. Token's got to be there somewhere. Or do you have a faster way?
His name is Commissioner Count Javier Hardwil. He's got a minor imperial title of Count, and he's also the commissioner.
Commissioner Javier Cardwheel?
Hardwil.
Hardwheel, sorry. Javier Cardwheel. Hardwheel, sorry. I don't know why it's a C for me. Yeah, Hardwheel.
Appears that we have a problem here. You'll be traveling. I still don't understand why you were in Fallenstone for so long without having a fight.
This is on our way over.
Fallenstone is the lake, right?
Fallenstone is the ruined town turned military fort where Mortenzi died against the Minotaur.
Yeah.
We did have fights there.
Yeah.
Not for a long time.
We weren't there for any long period of time, because every time we were there we had fights.
Your caravan was parked there.
Oh,
He's not tracking your teleportation and going around. He's saying the Circus of Dread has been sitting at fucking Fallenstone forever, yet they're not fighting. What the fuck are they up to?
Now Arlen understands.
Yep.
Okay.
And then he heard that you're in Terraslene. They have fights there, and they haven't arranged any permission from them to fight in Terraslene. What the fuck's going on? You got this one guy named Beric Tarn that's kicking ass, and he's going to award the tournament championship to a guy whose Ludus isn't around.
Okay, got it.
He's pissed. He's pissed at you. He's pissed off.
Cornflakes everywhere.
just salt shakers everywhere.
Well, I understand you have no idea of where we have been, where the gladiators have been. The caravan I have ordered the caravan to arrive at Terraslene because that is where we've spent most of our time.
So you are a gladiator school that is based in Terraslene.
Well, we were there specifically to deal with the Duke's request, which came to us at the end of the last season.
As I understand, you won the ability to go and raid an old tomb.
Yes.
Up in the territory of many lakes as a reward for your winning the summer end games.
Well, yes, it was a reward, and it was also an order. We raided the tomb and obtained the things required of us, and we have recovered.
And how long did this take, this gallivant to a old crypt?
I believe this took us 4 weeks. I gotta look at the list. It took us a while. What is FT?
A fast training.
I gotta see what I've been doing. feels like I'm at work. What have you been doing for the last 2 weeks?
Do people actually confront you with that? Well, what the fuck have you been doing?
What have you been doing for 2 weeks? I don't know.
Work, man. I just working.
I'm sorry. Well, after going into the crypt and returning, we trained for some time. We obtained a new gladiator.
Yes,
As you
this
know.
Vlauvenk.
Blaving, yeah. The training itself took us probably 3 weeks. Returning from the crypt and the recovery took us a couple of weeks as well. And then there were items that we had to deal with that were in our possession that we either had to give to the Duke or sell.
So all that business is done, is what you're telling me.
Correct, sir.
Excellent.
Registering fights was my next step.
Great. What fights in the civic arena of Vaddapol would you like to register?
We can register in the civic arena. I also would like to request fights to be run in Vaddapol. Sorry, I mean Citadel by the Lake.
Request denied.
Is there anything that I can do to make sure the rules that we have, that you have, are followed in the Citadel? As this conflicts with
You being a gladiatorial school in the Duchy of Vade?
no the orders that we have of the Duke from the Duke.
Produce these orders and I may become flexible.
The Duke of late has been very verbal. So orders in writing is something that I do not have.
Then I would suggest acting Lannister, slave Arlen Lightbringer, that you get such orders in writing from your mistress, the Dowager Countess Gavina Opal.
Communication from her confirming that we need to be in Citadel by the Lake.
Confirming that it is the Duke's order that keeps you there. Instead of here, where you should be fighting, bleeding, and putting bloody people in seats.
That's doable. If you can arrange for fights for all my gladiators,
Gladly.
please do. For one match, and I will get for one match each, and I will get a letter from the Countess for as soon as possible to you.
Your 4 gladiators will be fighting on the 46th week of the year in a special match.
46.
Ugsam, Grizak, and Vlauveng.
Will they be fighting together?
Yes.
Do we know? Can we have more information about this fight?
No. They will report outside the civic arena at 5 bells. They will leave all of their equipment and their magic and potions and belongings at your ludus. Unless before then you produce physical evidence of the Duke's order, claiming that you are to be elsewhere during that time, and we will reschedule the reintroduction of the Circus of Dread to the people of Vaddapol.
So let's see. It is Grizak, Sam, Ugg, and Vlauveng. With no gear, without any of their weapons.
It will be a beast match. The beasts, I don't care if they live or die, and they likely won't care if you live or die. Weapons and equipment will be provided to your gladiators.
what are all the rules? Because I know Grizak is a caster.
Yes.
Is there any limitations on a caster?
There are plenty.
I'd need to read them to make sure that...
By all means. The library... My library is at your disposal, Lannister. He opens up his desk. He gives you an iron key. It sounds like there's a lot of iron keys in there.
Okay.
You'll find it on the 3rd floor.
We've got some reading to do, gentlemen.
It's not my strong suit.
It is now. Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Where can I return the key once I'm done?
You can leave it with one of the clerks.
Excellent. Thank you. I will read these rules and provide documentation if necessary.
I look forward to seeing the written orders.
Alright, head out.
Okay.
What beasts? How many? Where?
So,
That doesn't sound too promising. does
we're out of
it?
the room?
Yep.
That went well.
Could have gotten a lot worse.
You probably kind of maybe should have talked to the new commissioner after the deal with the old commissioner, because it's a new commissioner.
Yeah, well. There's not enough time in the week to do it, Sam.
Okay, so I've got
There's
fight
literally
?
time
For
to
Ugg, Sam, Grizak, and Flauving.
How many weeks away is that?
It is
2 weeks.
2 weeks away.
I mean, as long as they got us something, I can fight pretty good. I'm assuming they'll let me keep my hand.
No, I don't think how you can remove. I don't see how you can remove that. So let's see. Grizak, I'm not worried about. Sam, I'm not worried about. Ugg.
What if they don't give Grizak a spell component?
Grizak can cast when he's an animal.
Still needs holy symbol. If the component of the spell is DF for divine focus, you still need a divine focus. You still need to have the things inside you when you cast. Yeah.
We'll have to make sure that's available.
You are a sorcerer, so you have eschew materials.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could eschew materials for like your sorcerer stuff.
For your fireballs and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Let's go.
Loving, he'll just get wrecked if he doesn't have armor. Get wrecked. That's the. Sorry.
Hey, fuck up.
Boom, headshot.
Yes, this
Freaking
does not-
anachronisms.
this does
Yeah, the
not
commissioner was angry.
does not sound favorable at all.
He's putting his house in order, and you're one of these like, what the fuck's going on over there in this department?
Let's
What are they with this fucking commissioner? I'm constantly cleaning up all his goddamn messes. Traveling Ludus. They're not even in our territory. Fuck.
Real
Yeah, exactly. They're hiding. It's like a bunch of freeloading, draft dodging fucking gladiators. Let's go here.
So I'm actually gonna go to his library and see how big the section on sorcerer.
Okay,
is.
you kind of like you gasp a sigh of relief that it's a room with some plain reading benches and a couple of shelves full of maybe a half dozen really big books and maybe a bunch of other like fighting manuals. So it's not like that is like a collection as opposed to a huge library, but there are some old books that are like the old code of Gladiatoria, and
Okay.
and they look archaic.
Okay, what does it have about casters? I
Um,
have profession doctor. Does that help me read?
so you're gonna spend time researching in the library.
Yeah.
We've already got your diplomancing the commissioner, and then I guess you could
I
spend
think
the rest.
this is diplomacy the commissioner.
Got
Look
it.
how well I know the rules now.
I
All
need
right,
to
so
read through these rules. Can I put a diplomacy with him? By any chance, while we're talking?
sure, give me a diplomacy roll.
See how well that went. Seemed to go very well.
41, not 20.
Okay, so you were asking him basically asking him for a favor, and you got fights, even though he is Commissioner Dread and Circus. He is unfriendly towards you. So despite the fact that he's unfriendly towards you guys, you were able to get fights.
41? That's good. All
He
right.
also gave you a lot of leeway to go and prove that you have orders.
Okay.
He could have been more of a dick.
Yeah. All right. So,
And giving you an unfair fight is that'll probably like even the score a little bit. Like,
so the thing that I'm gonna look up is holy symbols, druids, casting, things like that. That's what I'm focused on.
it's a really interesting thought. I think I know the way that yeah, the Imperium is big enough that
Guys, we should have killed his ass.
Cool. So you spend time reading in the library.
What skill do you want me to give you?
So you also asked, like, can I see your library, and he gave you the key. So like
That's a good thing.
you had a fruitful discussion, even though he was mad.
I'll tell you what. I have appraise, perception, profession doctor is useless. Spellcraft.
So are you just trying to read the book to learn what the
I'm
old code
trying to-
is, or are you trying to look for a specific answer?
So I'm trying to learn regarding the caster's ability to, like, what the casters are limited to.
Okay, give me a
Perception.
yeah. Sam, are you helping read the books?
Sure.
Sure. Baraktarn ends up helping read the books as well. So Baraktarn can give you an aid.
Sam has appraise, craft, clockwork. At some point, I put a point to that. I don't know when. Knowledge, engineering, local Vaddapol, religion.
Local Vaddapol. Good help.
Maxed out knowledge planes. Okay, I'll use local Vaddapol to attempt to aid.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 24.
Aid.
26.
26. Yeah, there are no specific rules about casters in the old code. There are, like, there's no rule that says Grizzak should get this or not get that. The rule comes down to is commissioners are appointed by the Imperial Prince of Tarak and have ultimate power over life and death in the arena. They have final say. That's under the old code. There are some manuals that discuss how you would do spellcasters in the arena, and you actually find a new book that has stamped on it, not ratified, Phineas's treatise on arcane casters in the civic arena of Vaddapol.
This is a problem.
Indeed.
It wanders into the territory of contract law and how you set up the fight.
Does it have anything to say about knowing what the opponent will be or something like that?
Nope. There are types of matches, and there are blind matches. There are matches where the state provides the weapons for gladiators.
I wonder if we can bring in an extra gladiator. Cade can go in and fight.
I am not fighting that week, although I will have just finished my fight with these fleas, says Bergtarn.
We'll just go get the paperwork, and then you could turn it into a normal fight.
I need to speak with Damien if I can find him.
You just bring your own gear.
Their gear would be provided according to him.
Yeah, these are old traditional gladiatorial fights. Like, no, the gladiators are provided by the state.
No, I mean, he said that if you brought the paperwork, then you could postpone this into a thingy.
Yes.
Well, just go get the paperwork. Let's get the papers. Duke's house is that way.
Bergton?
Some of these rules are interesting. The one about flight is...
No flying allowed, yes.
Not only for short bursts.
No. Big jumps. Allowed.
Yes, unless both gladiators have the ability to fight, then it is up to the judges. The imps.
Is there anything about being, like, really, really fast?
No, as long as you are earthbound. There are similar rules about invisibility in here as well. The same counts and measures shall be used against creatures that have used magic to obscure their... This is, I think, invisibility.
What about the druid thing where you melt into the earth?
Leaving the arena grounds. Aha. The arena grounds does include the floor of the arena.
But not below.
You could be disqualified. Oh no, it says out of the walls, too high, as measured by, I don't know what that means, and beneath. To run into the areas where beasts and tunnels are to try to is considered fleeing from the match. If you are condemned, this could be a death sentence.
I'm not a condemned, right?
No, thank you. None of us are. Alright. Let's speak with Duncan. Perhaps he might be able to help us here.
Perhaps you would be considered, however, disappearing, and he kind of goes, if no one knows, it would be the count of 20 by the judges.
Alright.
Repetitive flags will read... Oh, there's flags now. That's what they mean.
There's going to be a sending made to Duncan.
Okay.
Dear Duncan.
So plans kill the commissioner? Fucking he's a hard ass. He's bringing some rules back to, bringing some order back to the fucking games.
I think Ashoka prefers this commissioner, but I could see where Arlen might want to deal with it. Ashoka was thinking about replacing the old commissioner, so...
Arlen solves problems by killing people? What?
Yeah.
He does.
Just get the church to
That's
it.
that is exactly how Arlen solves problems. He codified it in religious doctrine.
Yeah, that's funny. Tie it up in courts. You didn't tell us with a formal formal note. That's such a Damien thing to do, Fox. We take him to court.
Sending to Duncan. It's a short one. I'm not
Okay.
gonna bother. Dear Duncan, if you are in Vaddapol, could we quickly need to discuss a quick favor of you?
Sure. He tells you to stop by the Tower of the Sage.
Okay, we roll.
Oh, not the Tower of the Sage. The
Mage's Tower.
oh, it's called the Tower of the Sage. I got it right the first time.
We roll our butts over there. Well, they roll my butt over there.
Yep.
Duncan, pleasure to see you again, my friend.
You actually run into Anastasia first.
Damien's sister?
Damien's sister.
Ah, okay. Do I have met her before? I don't think so. I don't think anyone's met her before.
Okay, there is a beautiful young woman with a pseudo-dragon that is studying a bundle of scrolls as she's walking by. She drops a scroll and she's kind of doing that thing where you bend over to pick up the thing, but another one falls out. And oh, blast! No servants here, she says.
Spectral hand, help pick up the... Can I use that to...
Mage hand? Do you mean there?
Yeah, I don't know. How you doing there? No, I don't have that.
You need a hand?
Funny you should ask.
Yeah, mine comes off.
Oh, thank you.
Greetings. I would not have pegged one as such as yourself as a... Are you studying here?
Because I'm noble or because I'm a woman?
No,
Yeah, Arlen, because she's noble or because she's a woman?
Phineas does not have the good sense to keep good company around him. So I was wondering how you came to be in the tower.
Wait a minute, you're that gladiator fellow.
Yes, I'm...
Arlen the Armageddon something?
Thank you, Damien.
Armageddon, Arlen the Fightbringer.
Thank you, Damien, for ever keeping me like this. The Lightbringer.
That is so dreadful. What happened to your feet?
This is a little pseudo-dragon.
I lost them in a fight.
Oh,
Against,
this is
dragons.
Skittles.
What is your name, little one?
Skittles. She just introduced me. Is there something wrong with your ears as well?
Did she? I didn't hear. No, actually, my hearing is quite fine, even though I have kind of pointy, large ears. Quite nice to meet you, little
He's
Skittles.
different for an elf. Different from the elves that I have met.
Yeah, he's from Stygia, I think.
Stygia, very far from here.
Indeed.
I have come here to explore.
Good luck with your exploration.
Oh yes, I have met Anastasia and I've decided to stay here with her.
Anastasia.
So are you like a baby dragon, or...?
I am not of any sort of baby dragon. I am the oldest of my clan.
Oh, isn't he cute?
Come on, knowledge.
Well,
knowledge,
yes, of course I'm cute.
Knowledge, what is?
But this is aside from the point.
Knowledge, what is this, Marty?
Arcana?
I can't find my scales. 12?
It is a dragon. The type is dragon, but it is tiny. It's about the size of a cat. It has a little barbed stinger coming out of the back of it, and it's I don't know, it's pretty brave for a little tiny guy.
Well, actually, he is a type of dragon. Just not sure which one. What kind are you, Skittles?
Do not say it. Do not say it.
He is a real dragon, says Anastasia.
Thank you. I'm a real dragon.
Well, yes, you're
So the type is real.
it's
Yes,
a dragon.
real dragon.
Do you want to scratch behind your horns, real dragon?
Of course. No, I do not.
Oh, come on.
You sure? Like, quietly.
3 seconds later.
Right there.
I don't know where Phineas is, and I know Duncan has been around here somewhere.
Yes, I need...
Phineas is the guy with the bald head and the tattoos, right? The smart guy?
Yes. Phineas has He's on a little trip.
Have you seen Damien?
Ah, I was actually looking for him. No, and how do you know Damien?
He's my brother, she says as she's putting down the scrolls.
Really? Well, pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
Damien traveled with us for quite a bit.
it was Damien and Ashoka that found me on the lighthouse. He convinced me to come on this grand adventure to see the world.
Oh, where was this lighthouse?
It was in Anchor Deep.
Damien and Ashoka were in Anchor Deep?
Yeah, they went to the capital in Anchor Deep, and I think they're looking for my brother. My other brother.
Damien asked us for of a favor. That's probably what he wanted. I must contact him and see if he actually needs anything. If he's talking with Ashoka, he might be in real trouble.
Yes, and this real dragon is now helping this young lady learn about magic of sorcery and wizardry, and how to combine the two.
Yes, it's going slowly without a teacher. But we're getting there.
Yes, we are.
Teachers, hey?
And once you become an arcanist, you will bond with me, and I will be your guide.
Well,
A true dragon.
we are in Terraslene for some time. If I'm sure they can find some teachers there if you're interested in coming along for a bit. But I can leave that up to you. I'll be returning very shortly, and if you wish to come for a day or so, maybe you can arrange something with a wizard.
No, I'll be staying here. There's lots of material here. It's just a little slower going.
Understood.
I get pointers for some of the wizards that come by. I guess it's a way to meet them. They're all curious as to what I'm doing, just like the rest of you.
Were you... I'm confused. We're looking for Duncan.
Hey, he's around here somewhere.
No.
The acting Grand Wizard, I guess.
Sam's gonna go knock on a something, just knock.
Yeah, you actually do find some robed wizards and people moving around, and eventually it leads you to Duncan.
Yes.
Ooh, Duncan's a war wizard.
Duncan,
No, Duncan does not talk like him.
If you do not make the voice a vocal, I will.
Okay. Duncan, you could see, yes, take them away, wretched things. You can see some wizards carrying a couple of boxes as Duncan has seized the Watcher in the deep one hidden, and the Sea God's Blessed Form, which I think you guys just left behind at the Tower of the Sage. Unless Phineas packed them with his things, so that will be the question.
Well, these characters don't know about those things. Wouldn't care less.
Ah, Arlen, there you are! He's always shouty.
Yeah.
It must be all the fireballs he's cast in his War Wizard days.
He rings balls. Duncan. Pleasure to see you again.
Yes, Arlen. I assume that they are installing the face.
Yes. The construction's underway, and from what I've seen and heard, the construction will be ready soon.
Good.
That's excellent news. I had a question for you, and I apologize for bringing this matter to your attention. The new commissioner is apparently unaware that we are traveling Ludus and that we are having fights in Citadel by the Lake. This angered him quite a bit and is putting us in quite a disadvantaged set of fights. As you know, we're not excluded. We're not. What's the word? We're still involved in the 3 minimum fights required for the gladiators. We haven't been able to do any this season, unfortunately, and he's not pleased about this at all. The fact that we're not here fighting in the civic arena is another thing that's adding to his anger.
Yes, the new commissioner is a devilish hard ass. Is what Duncan said.
He requests I have documentation saying that my my communication to him was the Duke's requests of us has us in Citadel by the Lake, as that is the most... It's the easiest and spell-efficient way for us to get around from that location. If we have such
I was not aware that the Duke had... Are you working with Phineas?
We're still looking for the cradle. Phineas, we've taken Phineas up north to the Citadel, and we'll be helping him do his work there as
that's
well.
right. He knows. He knows that part. He knows that you guys have...
We're the ones who told him about you got the face and...
I thought the priestess Zyra was leading a small group of your friends to the Shadow Plane to hunt it down.
Indeed, but there are other items here that are as equal import that will benefit the Duke.
Such as?
Well, there's the shadow items and... What was the thing called? The clock?
Doomsday clock?
Yes, there's something called a Doomsday clock.
He looks at you. Sure. The wizards fought fireballs and pea lightning. You're serious?
Serious as my legs are.
Grizek farts fireballs. Peace lightning.
What does the Duke want with hunting down a Doomsday clock? This makes no sense to me.
Well, no. The Duke has not asked us for this.
He looks relieved.
This is something that we've run it that we've found evidence of existing, and if it does exist, you need to study it.
Under no circumstances should you bring, he says quietly, the Doomsday clock or anything of its ilk to the Duke.
No, but that's why Phineas is with us.
Phineas is with you by orders of the Duke to hunt down the Shadow Cradle.
Well, yes, but Phineas is the most knowledgeable of us. He will know about this thing.
What is it that you wanted from me again?
Confusing the poor man. Simple documentation saying that our presence in Citadel by the Lake aids what the Duke requests of us.
He looks...
If that is difficult for you to provide,
because you don't want fights, don't want to do your fights in Vaddapol? Isn't Baraktan involved in some tournament?
No, that is not the case. That is not true. We don't have a problem doing our fights here. It is that, well, we are still doing... I guess the Duke doesn't need the thing.
He has ordered the Grand Mage of Vaddapol to hunt down the Cradle of Shadows.
Yes.
I am here. Well, Phineas has done a really good job at reorganizing the Tower of the Stage. I am now acting Grand Mage of Vaddapol, as well as the War Wizard of the Duke. I don't think it would be a good idea for the Duke to...
hear about this.
Definitely not. But anyone who, these days, falls under the Duke's scrutiny ends up serving him in a way that they may not like.
Understood.
Are you suggesting that you want to offer the services of your strange ludus to the Duke? To bring up the topic of your ludus. If he catches a hint that you have spare time, he may send you to other crypts. Or do other things.
I think we've had a fill of crypts for the while. And also in preparation for this shadow swarm that's arriving. Well, thank you, Duncan. I think it is best that we just... we'll do what we must here then. It'll cost us a bit more of traveling, but we'll do it. Adam still there?
I'm here.
Your picture's frozen.
Oh, my picture's frozen. It looks like I'm looking at my wiener. Oh, I'm looking at my wiener.
Where did it go? It was just there, I swear.
Yeah, right now you're not doing the Duke's job.
We're not doing his bidding.
You're not doing his
yeah,
bidding.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's keep our name off the Duke's to-do list.
I think that would be wise.
Is there anything that you need?
Yes. Your... You're not the only ones who have gained interest in crypts as of late.
Oh?
There's been a strange inundation from several gladiatorial luduses asking for requests of the Duke to grant permission to start digging up old tombs.
Interesting. Who has requested?
I'd rather not say at this point.
No, no problem. Understood.
I'm glad that I don't count you amongst them. This place that they want to go and play around in is dangerous and also very close to Vaddapol.
If it's anything like the crypt that we were in, I would not recommend it for anyone.
Old nobles. And some of the noble houses of Vade and Vaed and other places that still survive, I hear, still occasionally make trips there to bury their dead in their family mausoleums. A great amount of history lies in bones and tombs. This place is dangerous, and I've been asked by the Duke to figure out why. Why all of a sudden are people interested in digging up these graves?
I wish I knew.
The Duke has taken a great interest in anything esoteric, magical, shadow magic.
Duncan, has the city started preparing for what's coming?
Yes.
It's good to hear.
The Duke has also given his personal assurances to me that the people of Vaddapol would be safe. Should hordes of shadows arrive.
How can he do that?
I do not know. The Duke is not a wizard.
Not that we can see.
He is not a wizard.
Maybe he's a sorcerer.
Thank you, Sam. Go look at that wall.
No, he trains with his blade. And his training as of late has become quite vigorous like it was in his youth.
He's not pained.
No, he is pained no longer.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I would not want to get into a sword fight with him.
Me neither.
Urge to make fun of wizard sword fighting in the first place.
Well,
right, well,
if none of this rings any bells of yours, just stay clear from the crypts near Vaddapol.
right.
In particular, the necropolis called the Crypt of the Twin Scythes.
Crypt of the Twin Scythes.
That's familiar.
Don't look down.
Don't look down, yeah, it'll break the thing.
Don't go there, you say.
He's being serious. He's not like don't go there, wink, wink. No, he's just like.
But you gave me the nod. I didn't give you a nod. All right. Well, if I hear of anything, I'll let you know.
Yep.
As to why this is happening.
You guys told the Duke at the same time. The Knights of the Broken Shield were pestering the Duke, and the Duke turned to the guy who knows shit, Duncan. Duncan's puzzled as to people why the fuck now? The place has been around for hundreds of years.
That's funny.
It's also where the caravan of the masked were like a stopping point for the caravans.
That's where I'm like, this came up last session. It's in my notes.
Like their little shrines to the old gods there
it's
still.
Where I was maybe thinking about,
Oh yeah, having a bunch of people go to the same place for different reasons, going, what the fuck? Big showdown, Little China, whatever. Okay, Duncan cannot help you with your Duke problems. He doesn't want to mention your names and what you're up to in front of him.
Appreciate that, actually. All right, we're gonna teleport our arses back to this. I want to take the.
So does this mean I'm fighting lions while naked?
I want to take the dwarves with me, actually.
The conversation kind of went like I'm fighting lions while naked. I guess I get my knuckle bear fight.
You wanted your fight, Sam. Here you go.
If I die, I want you to feel real sad.
Please do not say you know whose name in front of the dwarves. It will undo weeks of conversation with them.
Well, we're about to put them through a different regiment.
What are you doing with Yukog, Youngog, and
Take
Young
them to the caravan.
Are you going to take them to the caravan?
Here's some tough guys.
Got it.
They're going to be spouted out about light now.
Oh shit, now what?
So wait, is their house empty? Yep, officially now it's empty.
Basically, it's empty.
The Sunrise House is fucking empty. And there's still servants and guards and things at the De La Plume place, but the Sunrise House, where the Circus of Dread had their ludus. Okay, teleport. How many people can you teleport at once?
3. So
okay, so it'll take 1, 2, 3 teleports.
4 total. Give me a sec. Arlen, I can do 4, plus I have an extra spare one.
Okay.
So we've already done 1, 2 back, 3 here, pick people up again, 4 back, and a spare.
Alright, so, time to go squat there, free rent. Just fucking scarab hiding in that house. Funny. Okay, so Yukog, the 3 dwarves that you picked up along the Road of Sorrow and never have really done anything with.
No. No, such a shame.
Most we did with them was teach them about Zerbinius.
No,
and then try to unteach them about Zerbinius.
Then undo it, yeah.
There is something...
In their hearts. Their cold, dwarvish hearts.
Cold dwarvish hearts. It's still the one true God. Zerbinius.
Mortensi was so mad.
Yes.
Mad to the point of ridiculous. Yeah, okay, so let's go to the... So Ugg is acting like a... No, Sam is acting as a guard. Ugg is selling. Vlauvang is selling. Vlauvang, sell. And Radamer was spending some time with Phineas. We can go back to that to do that again. I think that ends another week.
Marty, I'm sending some rules over to the next morning. Sending some rules over to Caravan.
So I think you wanted to train them, but they didn't actually spend a lot of time training the dwarves. This is as far as we got. Was rolling up the 2 brawlers and our two second level brawlers and a 3rd level brawler. They may have over time maybe leveled once. They might be a 4 and a 3 and a 3. Who are you sending messages to? Sorry.
Like some writing, actually giving them some writing that I'll be adding to as time goes on. You'll see it under the followers, Arlen, congregation. At the bottom it says rules, or
Okay.
rules of faith. And their sections are other faiths, charity, war, life, family. And Arlen's kind of making some of this shit up as he goes. Here, I'll paste it in the. I'll paste this in the chat. Here, this is what Arlen's giving.
I need a percentile roll for a random event in week 44.
I'll roll this.
The DC is 20, or the chance is 20. Nope, random event that goes up to 40. While all the Doomsday characters are building their cloaks and finishing up their purchasing, what is Radamer, Phineas, Arlen, Sam, Grizak, no, sorry, Valving doing?
I got good news and I got bad news.
Well, no, this is Radamer, Phineas, Sam, Valving. And I guess Godiva. Godiva has been kind of... she could have had lots of training, actually, over this time. Does she still need ability score points?
Go make me another sandwich.
Godiva currently is at 83.
Okay, so she has 27 dice to get... what level is she? 8 successes.
So she can pretty much guarantee get that.
Go ahead and roll.
You all right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was a crap roll.
Yeah. All right.
Adam,
What ability score was she upping? She has an odd wisdom score.
Yeah.
Currently an even charisma score, but that's via level. I'm not too sure why she's got +2 beside her level twice.
Yeah.
I just got rid of that.
Well, that makes her total 18.
Oh, somebody might have put the training in there.
Yeah.
Let me just do a quick check on Godiva.
Quick math.
Yep. Godiva. So 12
Fancy pants.
14 plus 14 plus 13
Was there anything around the book, Marty?
plus 16. Yeah, that's definitely put in the wrong category. So her base is 18 charisma right now. So she just round out her wisdom, maybe.
I think round out her wisdom.
Okay.
It sounds like an unoptimal marquee kind of thing to do.
Make a couple changes just for Mark. Somebody else will have to do her skills. I'll make a note. Okay. Are you leaving Godiva behind with the caravan, or you bring her with you on this adventure to the east?
We'll bring her. And if she wants to go back, we'll send her back. But for now, it's able to bring her.
It'll be nice to get out of town, she says.
Yeah, sweetie.
Ooh. All right. That was my attempt at Godiva.
You gotta get that smoker's voice going.
You gotta
How
get
you
it going.
doing there, sweetie? It'll be nice to get out of town for a while, stretch my legs.
Okay, apparently Adam gets to do Godiva from now on when Mark is not in town.
You gotta spend more time working at the bingo parlor.
Bingo. Silly. Okay, what are you guys doing? Planning the next week? Let's keep on going.
The week
Keep on
after
doing.
this, we're apparently fighting naked in the 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, we are. What was I gonna tell? I want to actually set up fights. Arlen wants to set up other fights for these guys because we need them. We still need them.
Okay.
Crap.
Let me just look at my diplomacy chart.
He doesn't even want us to fight outside. Fuck. Who the hell are we good with? Who the hell can we fight with? That doesn't want to kill us straight out.
We had,
Go ahead.
we've had fights with people we had fights here before. They have a few different types of fights.
Yes, but the commissioner doesn't count those.
Well,
See the problem?
Commissioner's being a peen.
Yes.
well,
So,
He's saying he's not the commissioner of Outside Vade. He can't control anything outside Vade. He doesn't like it.
that's fine.
actually, can Arlen visit the commissioner here in Vaddapol, in Citadel?
Yep.
We'll do that.
Okay. Let me just change maps to the world map after saving this. Okay, let's go to Citadel by the Lake Palace. And I don't think I actually named the commissioner of Citadel of the territory or the protectorate of.
I think we did.
The guy that you met was visiting. He wasn't actually the commissioner of the protectorate. So give me a diplomacy check as you're asking around. Who is the commissioner?
24.
Okay, we need a interesting commissioner of this place. Let me just look up. Oh, that would be funny. Angry. The internet is weird.
Give me a second.
Okay, that works for me. Now I need a name. Fantasy Grounds does not disappoint. Oh, sorry, no, it's not Fantasy Grounds. FantasyNameGenerators.com does not disappoint.
These people look so evil.
What's that?
The commissioners and everything. Just...
Well, they're in charge of like an institution of battling slavery. It's like, yeah, it is not a happy institution that you guys are all complicit in as well. It's a really weird thing that.
Yeah, let's rebel and have the entire empire come down on our asses. That's a good idea.
Okay. You are told. What did you roll? You rolled a 24. You're told that you were to talk to Morel.
Morel.
And people kind of snicker, like, if you can find him. And you don't know what they mean by that.
Okay. But remember the guy, there's Akel Fedar.
Sorry? Who?
Akel Fedar. He's the weird, the guy that had water and wind around him all the time.
Oh, yeah. He came from, Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember who he is. You can talk to him.
Find him and talk to him, yeah.
Okay. Akel Fethar, yeah, he was basically one of the wizards that looked after the magic of the fight. So yeah, good person to probably talk to. You do find him near the Peacock Garden, and I'm guessing you bring Sam with you.
Yeah. Sam's my man.
Okay. He pushed you all over the Citadel. Akel is there.
Oh, I could fly there.
Well, yeah, but...
Oh, Marty, did I do the atonement thing with my follower, or do I have to roleplay that?
No, sure. If you have the ability to cast atonement, then yeah, you're slowly, over time, consecrating or ordaining new priests. Sorry, and they form connections to your god, and so far you're the only one of your religion that you know that can cast atonement. So your cult is very important.
Four a day.
Yeah, you're very important to your cult. Oh yeah, you'll run out. Like you run out of suitable priests, but
let them train.
Yep. You speak to Akel. Akel does find Moral for you, and there's a reason why Moral is hard to find, because he has natural invisibility, and the commissioner of Terraslene, or Citadel by the Lake, is a pixie.
Cool.
And he does bring you to where he does business, and you can see that there's this propped up little ornate kind of chair that is empty. Commissioner, are you here?
Yes, of course I'm here.
There's a chiming noise as the commissioner appears in his chair, and he looks like this tiny noble elf with these
Where are you?
maroon wings coming out from behind him. He's wearing a little laurel, and he's got a red cape that kind of makes him like look like a mock of an old style imperial.
Are you in the palace?
Yes.
No. Oh, okay. Thank you. Wow.
Commissioner Morel de la Fay, this is Arlen.
I know who he is. I'm the commissioner, after all, and he is a acting Lannister.
Greetings, Commissioner. I apologize for not having visited you sooner. That's, well, bad behavior on my part.
That is all right. You have not fought very often here, and we did enjoy your some of the spectacle against the elementals that dwell here
Thank you.
last season. I hope that everything is all right on your end.
It is. We had lost one of our gladiators, but we have a new one that has joined us, and you signed his papers, so much appreciated.
Oh yes.
The Vlauving. I come to you with a bit of a problem that I have, and I was hoping perhaps you, in your wisdom, might be able to help me solve it. You see, we are registered as a traveling ludus in Vaddapol, and there has been a new commissioner assigned in Vaddapol.
Oh yes, he is a crafty one. That commissioner is. I would not want to be a gladiator under his tenure.
Well,
We're a little less strict around these parts. Special dispensation to a kingdom of
Robot Marty.
We are a little less stickler for the rules in these parts. Perhaps it stems back to our wild fey nature. Perhaps it is the special dispensation given to a kingdom of elves that submitted to imperial rule.
Yes.
It could. Those two things also are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
So we
Aquel just like as you get down to your business, he kind of bows out. As
Arlen thanks him. Like thank you. So Adam, we're talking to the commissioner of City Citadel by the Lake.
Goldie eyes, McGreen hair.
Yeah, natural invisibility.
no, this little guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was like a guard.
He's a pixie. He's sitting in this big ass
commissioner.
chair. Everyone was laughing that it's hard. The commissioner was hard to find.
Because he's always invisible.
He knows who you are. You don't know who he is. It's like what the fuck.
So commissioner, the new commissioner has a problem with us fighting in a different.
Well, of course he does. You're registered in a different place. He wants you to fight for his crowds, not ours.
Yes, of course. So either the problem is he wants us to have all the fights there. He does not recognize any of the fights here. And granted, we haven't had any this season. We wanted to have some. Unfortunately, I can't.
That is most unfortunate. We were looking forward to more heroics above the waterfalls against the elementals.
Yes, so are my gladiators. We enjoy this city tremendously. A question then. What is required from us if we wanted to change our registration from Vaddapol to Citadel by the Lake?
Interesting thing. Well, I'm not an expert on human laws. I do know a little bit more about the rules of the Imperial Civic Arena. Oh, you'd probably have to form a new ludus.
Form a new ludus.
Yes,
And does the old ludus...
but dissolving the old one, that's the problem.
I see.
Depending on how the contracts were signed, your dissolution of your ludus might put your gladiator contracts up to the highest bidder.
I don't want to be sold at the highest bidder. I also don't want to be sold to the lowest bidder. If I have to be sold, sell me the highest.
Understood. Worry not, Sam. We're not selling any. We're not losing you, my friends. Not anymore.
I do agree that it is much nicer up here than down there, but you should have really registered with us first instead of...
The owner of the ludus had strong recommendations for us, as her home was going to be there, but we've relocated as of late.
Well, I could perhaps send a polite message to the Commissioner of the Duchy of Vade to ask if we could transfer your gladiators to here.
No, I appreciate the sentiment. However, the Commissioner is not very fond of us. And such a request would bring more ire down on our ludus. I think what we'll have to do is prove ourselves to him in Vaddapol, and perhaps in the future, with proper lawyers.
Here's what I would do. I would start a new ludus and have your old ludus trade your gladiators to the new ludus. There'd be nothing left.
We need a Damien.
Oh, yes. This probably comes down to all the rules and contracts and things that you signed in blood.
Yes. Well, Commissioner, once we have our fights sorted out in Vaddapol, I hope you would still welcome us here even for friendly combat, even though we do not need it. It would be good
Of
for us
course.
to do it here.
We as I said 3 times, after I finished saying it this 3rd time, we enjoyed your fights last season. You are welcome here. Do know that we do have to maintain good relations with Vade. In fact, the Vadens are in discussions with the High Imperials, he rolls his eyes, as to using our facilities for the Emperor's delight.
Interesting. Then I will keep my
What's an Emperor's Delight?
Oh, well, year-end games are usually held in the capital, but sometimes they get very, ambitious. And they've decided to hold a year-end games for the territories, all the protectorates and duchies, all those who aren't fighting the really big fights in the capital city. They'll be coming here to Vaddapol, or to Citadel by the Lake.
Interesting.
Oh, yes, it will be. Truly great sport. And given that your ludus is a winner of one of the seasonal games, you'll be expected to attend.
We will do our best.
As will the Conclave and the previous winner, Maeve, and who won in the winter? Oh, the winter. No, so it would be, and whoever wins the autumn games. Yes. Plus, there will be teams from the other duchies and some of the other protectorates will be. Oh, did I say teams? I mean gladiators. Pretend you didn't hear that.
Hear what?
Exactly.
Well, Commissioner.
So I must maintain good relations with the other commissioners because they're all coming to my backyard in the winter.
Then I will.
I would wait until after the winter to do any of the rigmarole, changing around, change your name, register here, register there. I will continue to send reports of the fights that you have here to the commissioner. I do know of this arrangement.
Of course. Then we will have most of our fights there, and time willing, we will have fights here.
Ow.
I'll do my best for that. I promise.
Well.
I just cannot guarantee it.
Well,
Commissioner, a pleasure.
Buck up. It's no skin off our back. In fact, we find the rules of always having to do 3 matches. Well, there are some things that I would like to change.
I wish you were the commissioner
But I am the commissioner.
of all of the commissioners.
Oh no, they probably wouldn't. We had to have a big fight and to get me because I'm a fairy.
No, I understand that.
But Terraslene, I mean Citadel by the Lake. Whoops, there I go again. You caught me in a bit of a drink.
I can understand that too. Commissioner, thank you for your time and your advice, and I will communicate with you as soon as we have time for a new fight here.
Excellent.
So it still sounds like we have to fight lions naked, yeah?
You're going to be butt naked fighting lions.
Oh! I wish I was there for that. I might even go there for that.
We will be teleporting before that if you'd like to come along.
Oh, I have my own means of transportation, thank you.
Excellent. All right, naked man in the future, let's go.
I really wish you would have asked if I could keep my arm. I'm probably just going to leave it here because he's probably going to make me take off my arm. I don't want them to keep my arm.
Can you take off your arm?
Let me check. I don't think. Oh, well, I think there's a surgery check to put it on, which means I think it's just there.
So Arlen can do the surgery, but I'm not offering.
Okay. When you wheel Arlen back to the visitors quarters, Sam runs into Callie. She's all sweaty. she goes running at Sam and like does this dive and just sort of rubs her sweat all over. Rubs her sweat all over her. She's basically kind of like monkeying on top of you. There we go.
Sam is now speaking Elven.
Yep. What? She says.
I learned that the commissioner here is a fairy, and he's practicing Elvish words. You know.
Oh, you're speaking Elven, she says.
Yeah.
Drowned in sweaty, I've been training for 8-hour kisses.
Perfect. Best.
Arlen's like, oh, she's a little ripe. What are you guys doing? Who's the guy with the bald head?
That is Phineas, and he's really, really smart.
Yeah, he told me things about elves that I didn't even know. And I'm an elf.
Mm. Yeah, apparently he's some sort of super genius with the Imperials.
He knows everything about everything.
Oh.
About everything.
That explains it.
Why am I still here?
Radamer's been spending a lot of time with him. I think Radamer likes him.
It's good Radamer made a friend.
Yeah, he's kind of weird.
At least one that's not dead. Yeah. Do you want to watch me fight lions naked?
Naked lions? Like they shaved off all the fur?
Naked me.
Why are you naked?
Arlen's really good.
Arlen, she punches you in the shoulder. It hurts.
He's really good at his job, so I guess do my next fight naked.
Well, that doesn't sound fair. Lions.
Well, I guess the lions are naked, so.
Hey, you could be a hunter like me.
I'll bring you back. I'll bring back my kill.
Okay, she says. No, I got training early in the morning. I wish I could go.
We'll do a good job. So, is the training fun? Like, are they?
It's a lot of hard work, she says. I think I tire out the trainers because they kind of swap in every 4 hours.
Yeah, means you're strong, getting stronger all the time.
I think I beat most of them up.
Hey Arlen, since we can teleport a lot, could we teleport back here while we're going east?
When I can. When there's a downtime.
I mean,
Sure.
you are making me fight lions naked, so it's kind of like you owe me one.
All right,
Funny enough, I'm going to be asking for more fights for you, eh?
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath and we'll see you later for dinner.
Yeah. Some affection and then Fujara.
Yeah. Radamer, Phineas, Valvang, they seem to be all ready for a journey. Their bags are packed, their equipment's all gathered, they're just chatting, having a light early dinner.
Hey, Vlauvang, you want to fight some lions naked with me?
No.
Hey, Arlen, you want to break the news to him?
Yeah. Sorry. So okay, let's tell them. Our first leg of the journey is taking us to Vaddapol.
I guess Ugg
For
is
our
here at this point.
first fight, where we will strip down to our loins and have equipment provided to us while we fight unknown number and types of beasts.
And I guess Beric Tarn is also here. Where is he? What?
Yes, unfortunately, the commission was not pleased with us because the old commissioner didn't tell him of our arrangement. The fact that we're traveling Ludus does not make him happy, and he's a cranky bastard. And
Vlauvang does not look pleased.
will be you, Grizak, Sam, and Ugg.
Cade would be a better fighter naked.
If I can bring him in, I would.
This is one of those, well, you tell him, Arlen. Tell him what it is. It's one of those, you know...
We're taking a sideways mace up the arse. That's what this is.
What's new? Says Ugg.
Welcome to the team, Vlauvang.
So where are we talking right now?
Like in our apartment.
Yeah, I'm scrolling over here. Okay, here we go. Where's Grizak?
Grizek's with the other party. They're getting ready for their
Okay.
adventure.
Okay. Yes, and so Grizak will be able to provide you with some magics. But, how much? Don't know, really. Don't know how much time you'll have. Don't know what he'll be allowed to do. From what we've seen, he should not be limited, but... we'll see. See what the commissioner decides last minute.
They will be leaving soon, says Vlauvang.
Yeah.
Could someone please go and get Grizak?
Why are we getting Grizak?
Goes and gets
Because
Grizek.
he's fighting with us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Ugg comes back. What is the end of Grizek's joke, or his story, as he's telling Ugg, as they walk into the room?
And then the chair went into my butt. I'm
Sparky's...
still getting splinters out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, we got some new splinters for you.
What?
Hey, Grizak, you want to fight some lions naked?
Is it Tuesday?
I think it's, the day of the sun is when we're fighting.
Alright. I can move up my day a little early. No problem.
Dude.
Wait, you're serious? What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Hey, Arlen, tell him.
I'm sorry, Grizak. It appears that the new commission is not very happy with our Ludus, and this will be the first fight that we have for the season in Vaddapol.
Alright, whatever. Quark, you're gonna have to sit this one out. Oh, shut the fuck up. You're useless anyways.
It swirls around your head, zapping you.
We're also gonna have to be at the thing at 5 a.m.
Yeah, just sleep early. Like a day early.
Why does this new commissioner hate you, Arlen?
This one's very strict by the rules kind of fellow, and, well,
He was mad that we had the caravan in one city for a long time. We didn't fight nobody.
yes, there's that.
Interesting to have such difficulties in a management position.
I see what he.
How's your guard doing? I don't say that.
I just immediately go for the throat.
Good times.
Because
Right.
Radamer used to be the de facto ruler of the...
After every fight, it'd be like, "We won. We're broke." What do you mean we're broke? You know what? I'm always broke. The gladiators are the ones with money.
Actually, Arlen needs to pull out another 15 talents. Do you know why?
Why?
Good old Ajax. Apparently, he thinks we wanted to kill him. Have to smooth that
Why
over.
did we want to kill the barbarian?
We did not.
We gave him Arlen sold him a curse sword, and then
Our identification did not reveal the blade to be cursed. It was a blade found as one of the treasures of the season end games.
Difficult it is being the arcane caster as well as management.
I see why you had some troubles in the past. Radamer, no problems.
Radamer almost cracked a smile.
But people still like me, unfortunately for you.
you know, Radamer, you also didn't buy a magic carpet while we were all being attacked by shadows, so I had to stay awake all night in a tree to not get killed, and then just come back with a carpet.
No,
Yes, that happened.
I never had the opportunity to buy magic carpets. We were never that rich.
We were. Hence, sorry, focus on the were, not are. So, prepare yourselves for the trip.
We are prepared, says Phineas. I've got everything packed up here, although it's a lot
For
of gear. But
Vaddapol.
why are we...
We have-
I'm not
they
going back to
have to-
Vaddapol, says
They have
Phineas.
to do the fight. Post-fight, we'll return, and then we'll continue. We'll start our travels.
Why are you fighting at a time like this? We need to find the Doomsday Clock.
We have no choice. We have no choice, Phineas. The gladiators. Unless we want all of our gladiators to be sold, including me, all of us would be sold within the season.
Are you registered?
Only the registered, but let's be honest, I wouldn't let that happen. I'd just teleport away with all of you. I mean, they'd chase us, but at least we'd die together.
Okay, there's some looks around the table.
And that's why I don't want to get to that point. Hence, we fight in Vaddapol.
All right.
It'll be fun.
You will owe me for this, says Flaving.
Sure. We are going to your people. That will count for quite a bit.
He nods. It will. I agree.
It's good to, get outside your comfort zone and really test yourself, says the brawler who's specialized in, lightly armored combat with no weapons.
Yep. We would like to buy UGG if Arlen ever dies.
I
Yeah.
wonder. You think it's possible that we might be able to sneak in Kate as well?
Well,
We can handle a lion. Says UGG.
we don't really know it's a lion. I'm just guessing it's a lion. It's monsters.
Some type of monsters.
Well, better not be the megaphant. I think will squish us.
Fuck it up. Don't worry about that. Boom, boom. But I don't want to kill the big bastard. A lot of meat.
Then boom him softly.
Stop him. Boom.
Marty,
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to just the commissioner's fuck you fight. Because I said so. Get in the pit.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 2 months went by. It's like, what the fuck are these assholes
Did
doing?
they show up to work once?
Yeah.
No, they sent their intern in. He's not even registered gladiator.
No, Barrack-Tarn's a registered gladiator.
Oh, he's registered?
Ugg, Sam, Grizak, Vlauvang, Barrack-Tarn. All the guys in kind of shaded in darker blue here are your 5 gladiators. But like never received a message, never introduced. Like he got
Not a single meeting with Arlen.
Nope. You know when you have a new boss and everyone has the one-on-one with the new boss, like that never happened. 2 months later, it's like, yeah, we're this traveling ludus. They're fucking around.
I work from home. Show me any of the work. I can't. The VP told me to.
Yeah, the VP doesn't want it in writing.
He was not having any of that, and the fact that you guys all accepted his solution, it just proved to him that you were fucking around.
Well, it's because what it's like. Well, he said, "Bring me the paperwork."
Well,
No, if we're really bastard, we could like forge the paperwork.
You're all like, what does the Duke symbol look like? Marches up to the Duke. Did you sign this? No.
you spelled Duke wrong, asshole. What do you mean, duck?
Dookie. Dookie.
Let's get this fight in. Come on, let's do this.
All right. Well, the week that we're in, those cloaks are being finished, and after the cloaks are finished, everyone wants to leave, but Grizak's supposed to fight. Are you telling Zita, Cade, Zyra,
go ahead
Renee?
Go ahead and find the go for the week, travel for the week, and find where the entrance is. Because it'll take you some time to find the entrance to the shadow plane.
Okay, we can.
And then Grizak teleport back for the fight, and then teleport your ass back for
We
shadow plane.
move it like 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, you will find it quickly.
Oh, you're wind walking?
No, we're gonna shadow walk.
Or shadow walk, whatever you want.
Oh, okay. So you're basically leaving without Grizak.
We'll leave without Grizak and we'll get him.
You
through
want the
teleports.
teleporter with you.
We have our own teleporter. We don't need you.
Okay, so someone has to go and get him.
Yeah, Zita will teleport back, get you, and then teleport back. If she can touch you. So wash yourself.
Okay, so in the week that you're waiting for those cloaks to be done with the other group, what is Radamer, Ugg, Sam, Vlauvang, and Arlen doing?
Arlen is going to.
Oh, actually, this is a Barrack-Tarn fight week. This is where he has the fight with fleas. So Sam and Arlen and Ugg are kind of his posse for that week, and that's already happened. So I'll just cut off that time.
Marty, can Arlen visit his book or not yet?
Yeah, sure. You could do an RP encounter by visiting your followers who have been guarding a bronze book that you found in the same cavern where you had rescued the face of Palor.
I keep adding new lines and new sections to the.
Wait, what book are you talking about?
So there's the golden book, the bronze.
Yes,
golden,
okay,
the bronze.
that's the one
with
now.
the pages.
Yep.
And when I visit them, I'm adding more to the rules of fate.
Okay, are you bringing anyone from your entourage down to when you go talk to your followers? Who's pushing your buggy?
Bring Sam again. It's fine.
Okay. Sam, you go down to the just outside of the palace to go talk to Arlen's followers again. Let's find the token for the Aleph the Converted. He's giving a sermon to the followers, and then it spoke to me in its great voice.
The source behind the light reached out and touched the luminous being that is within me and invigorated it and reassured us that we are upon the righteous path. Clapping. It's Arlen! It's Arlen!
You know punches hurt more than light, right?
You haven't been hit by my light.
Arlen, share words with your followers. What is the wisdom of the day?
Family.
Everyone bobs their heads up and down like Arlen could have said whippoorwills, and everyone would still just...
Family is more than just blood. It is those you share a life with. Family is to be cherished. The life and light that you have is ignited by them.
Okay, everyone.
Do by them well and protect them. Even those that do not have a light within. For you know not and they know not when their light will be ignited.
Okay, they're all clapping. A couple of them are trying to write it down really quickly.
That make any sense to you, Sam?
Kinda. Are you trying to make them separate themselves from their original family, or just
No, I'm saying family and them. Family.
make a big group, right?
Family is family.
I-
We'll do the banquet.
All right. Yeah.
Cast a couple of banquets out. 4
Banquet.
banquets takes 10 minutes. It will feed 20 people a casting, so 80 people.
Create food and water, or
Bountiful
magical-
banquet?
Banquets.
Bountiful banquet.
You
Yes.
conjure a beautiful and delicious feast with hors d'oeuvres, 4 courses with of food, and plentiful drink. The feast on the finery only lasts an hour. Creatures that partake are nourished and sated for 24 hours. Okay, a beautiful elvish feast appears before all of you. And everyone like, oh.
I think we have more than 80 people, but I mean,
Yeah, they have a fine feast, and everyone is in a jolly mood, and other people are being brought into the feast, not just those that.
everyone's invited.
Yep.
Arlen welcomes people. He makes plates for people, like feeds them to them.
Okay. During the feast, Arlen manages to find a moment to kind of like step off to the side while the feast is going.
Yeah. And let's see if anything here is useful for summoning or something.
Okay, so you go up to the wagon Arlen's wagon where he's kept the book amongst other minor items. Arlen, you notice that there's light coming from within inside your wagon. And weird tinkling sounds, reverberating.
Shield, mage armor.
Okay, you got shield, mage armor.
Yeah, invisibility.
Okay, Arlen turns invisible in his chair. Sam, you're just standing there.
Flight. Give me a second, Sam. Flight.
Will we expect some trouble? Like,
I don't know yet. Arlen's gonna. There's some windows, right? Arlen's gonna take a peek through the window.
should
Okay.
I be getting ready for trouble?
There are 4 lights orbiting in the room. The windows aren't like modern windows where they're super clear. You just see that there are lights, maybe like glowing lights, like floating.
Knowledge,
does that spell?
Religion or planes?
No,
No,
it looks like a spell. It looks like somebody has cast
Cade Knowledge Arcana?
the glowing orb spell. Floating
Dancing lights.
dancing lights. Looks like dancing lights is going on inside the.
Detect magic?
Okay.
Are they lead-lined windows?
Nope, they are not. You are not getting evocation from within.
Arlen opens his door.
Okay. Oh, they are beautiful beings that look like this. And they're strange lights.
Which thing are you in?
I'm on Cittleby Lake Palace.
The bottom. Oh, there we are.
There are 4 of them orbiting the bronze book that is lying out where you left it.
Greetings.
Now you can make a knowledge planes.
Okay.
Is this visible to Sam or no?
Yes.
What's the light?
Oh, natural 1.
You have no idea what they are. They're just fascinating.
You are. Greetings. My
Sam
name-
will roll his knowledge planes.
Thank you.
Because Sam is...
Fireball! Oh, they'll probably be the fire.
They probably don't care about the fireball. Magic missile.
Cast magic missile, attack dark.
31.
They are lantern archons.
Hey, those are lantern archons.
Ah.
We were. You hear a voice coming from all 4 of them in unison.
Um. Greetings. My name is Arlen, and what do you mean you
We once were creatures of heaven, but we were converted.
the source behind the light?
Yes, we came here seeking you.
Sam is gonna bump Arlen with his elbow, and told you guys didn't have a heaven. These guys came from heaven.
And instead we found this book, and it reminded us of home.
Yes. This is a Lauren book.
Yes, there is light within this book, and names. Yes, and names.
Correct. Names of special beings.
You notice that all 4 of the things kind of like absorb into one, and then it kind of split up again, almost like they can just sort of morph.
You are. What is your purpose here? What do you seek?
We were sent by the source behind the light. We are here to inspire, we are here to serve, we are here to brighten your day.
And do you have names?
They call themselves, as they float above your head and shrink slightly and start orbiting around your head, we are Arlen's crown.
Sam's like. Like. Crown. Well,
Yeah, they
Arlen's
shrunk
crown?
down to about the size of pomegranates, and they're kind of floating like pulsing lights that are above your head.
Discotheque.
This is Sam. He's my friend.
Yes,
Hey.
He's
we,
a protector and a gladiator.
we understand friendship.
Well, come and meet the other fellow faithful ones.
Yes, we have waited here. We did not know if you wanted us to reveal ourselves to those that also follow you, Arlen.
You are more than just light. You are hope, courage, strength. Warmth.
Yes, we are also punishers of the wicked.
Good.
Are you wicked,
There's-
Sam?
This is gonna be a problem.
No,
Depends on what you mean by wicked.
You felt sort of a tingle, like they use magic on you.
no, he is not wicked.
Please, please.
I'm a nice guy.
Yes. You are friend.
He is friend. Also, doing, I believe you just used magic on Sam. Doing such a thing without the permission of the person in front of you could be deemed an act of aggression, which would cause us problems. Unless I advise you to, please do not do this. And also, ones that I say are friends of mine are not to be harmed.
Yes, we meant no offense to friend Sam.
No
He,
digging.
he is not wicked. We must trust the Arlen.
As far as you can throw.
So, does the Arlen need a sandwich? Still got a little bit of turkey from the feast over there.
We're going to introduce our crown to our friends.
Are we? Sorry, I just look at the chat. There's lots of referring to Arlen as the god.
No, they were sent
The
by
dragon
the
is the god.
source. Yeah, they
Yeah,
were sent
okay.
by the
Yeah,
source to serve Arlen, or to protect, help.
Okay. Your followers are ecstatic to find out that you have living beings of light that orbit around your head.
Cool. So, Sam,
Yes, Arlen. Yes, the Arlen.
the Arlen.
We are also messengers for the Lightbringer, for the Arlen, and for the source behind the light.
And is the source pleased?
The source wishes you to know that there are others that have gathered at the lake. And that many of the priests there bicker and fight amongst themselves to become highest of all.
This is not what. This is not beneficial to us.
Yeah, I also thought he was true neutral too, but I guess he's lawful neutral in Arlen's.
Arlen is the neutral one. He's better than. Well, I think Arlen's bad, but. What do you think of this crown?
We are messengers of his word, and of Arlen Lightbringer. We can move ahead and tell them that you come.
Please do. Let them know that the fighting is not to continue.
They separate into four, and one of them disappears. Give me a spellcraft check.
I got spellcraft.
The DC is 29.
I roll an 18. I believe I get a 19. But I do have spellcraft.
Holy crap! I
Okay,
roll a 2 and I get a 19.
Sam knows as much about spellcraft as Arlen.
you don't know how I did it.
One rank and it's tenant.
One of them disappeared.
All right. Well, that happened. So you understand?
Joyous singing, and everyone loves the fact that Arlen has brought back more wonders, and truly you are the chosen of the source behind the light.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea where he went, or where it went. Or I mean, how it did it. I know it went. I think I know it went. And how it
Arlen,
did it, but yes, Sam. Things got more complicated. Yes, I know.
you've got angels on your head.
Yeah, it would appear so, wouldn't it?
Okay, it returns. Bloop.
It has been announced that Arlen the Lightbringer cometh.
Did you say it like that? I mean, really?
Yes. We
All
are
right,
your
then.
crown.
At least he didn't call you the Arlen.
Can you make yourselves invisible?